All right, she is a Georgia fourth grader, and she's just been chosen as the state winner in this year's Doodle for Google competition. There goes her work right there. Navya Kumar's mom tells us the Fulton Academy of Science and Technology student could not be more thrilled. Navya is one of the 54 state and territory winners across the country. Her Doodle was selected from thousands of entries, and Google will announce 5 national finalists later on this month, one of which will go on to become the national winner and have their Doodle featured on the Google homepage for a day. Sheba, how cool would that be? A fourth grader from Georgia, Navya's Doodle right there on Google.
Yeah, I can see it now in lights. Congratulations. That's such a huge honor. We'll be back with more.